This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Dr. Peter McCullough, the internist, cardiologist, and epidemiologist who became one of the most visible medical voices challenging the official COVID-19 narrative. You've authored over 1,000 scientific publications, testified before the U.S. Senate, U.S. House of Representatives, the European Parliament, and multiple state legislatures on public health policy and patient rights. During the pandemic, you developed the McCullough Protocol for early treatment, and more recently, a base spike detoxification protocol for those concerned about vaccine-related health effects. Your latest book, Vaccines, Mythology, Ideology, and Reality, addresses what you call the largest public health policy failure in modern history. Today, we'll discuss what people should do if they're worried about the COVID-19 vaccine, why no country has issued a safety review, and why governments continue buying boosters despite collapsing demand. Peter, welcome back to London Real.
This sounds like a science fiction movie, Brian. I just can't believe it. We've entered a time of great controversy, no doubt.
No doubt. And I distinctly remember our previous conversation 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember watching your testimony in front of, I think it was the Texas Congress, or the legislature there, where you were spelling out and talking about your frustrations that you couldn't take action. And I think that if I had just had the McCullough Protocol, and if so many people would have known that, would have saved us so much struggle and pain. And so I guess I'll just kick it off. There's a lot of people around the world, doctor, that are worried about the effect that the COVID-19 vaccine has on their health. And there's so many questions. There's so many people talking about it, but I don't think they know what to do. What should they do?
Well, you're broadcasting from Europe, and around the country, people took a whole array of different vaccines. So China and South America largely used the killed Sinovac coronavac vaccine, just the virus and killing it, injecting it. That looked like it was the most benign vaccine. And then there was a high-tech antigen vaccine called Novavax. Still have it available in the United States. That was probably next in line in terms of safety. Then we got into the genetic vaccines. These were big gambles. AstraZeneca and Janssen, nearly identical, by the way, adenoviral vaccines. And they were made by the same company, by the way, Emergent Biosolutions in the United States. And then lastly, the messenger RNA vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna. In the United States, 81% of Americans took one or more shots, according to USA Facts, which uses the CDC tabular data, but only 70% of Americans took two shots. Only 70% became fully vaccinated. Now, as you pointed out, the CDC won't even tell us how many people are taking boosters. We're on booster number 9. And my estimate is it's close to zero.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.
The CDC won't tell us. You're right that the countries keep buying vaccines and then just point them down the drain.
Wow. I want to get into why they're doing that, and maybe even why they have not issued any safety reviews. Look, we broadcast all throughout that time, and I was lucky to spend time with you and Jay Bhattacharya and Dr. Martin Kulldorff and Bobby Kennedy. And so I was in a beautiful seat and I could make a decision, but I know so many of my loved ones that just weren't privy to the information, and a lot of them regret taking it and they don't know what to do. And I'm wondering, how would people find out if they have side effects, or what they even could do to maybe protect against having taken that vaccine?
People should know now that let's focus on Pfizer, Moderna here in the United States. 94% of those who took a shot took one of the messenger RNA vaccines. We're finding out the messenger RNA does not break down and get out of the human body. So this is alarming. Kariko and Weizmann won the Nobel Prize for the process of pseudouridination, making the messenger RNA fully synthetic. And this synthetic genetic code is unassailable from human enzymes that normally would break it down. In research, we have some of my patients now, in collaboration with Germany, we can find messenger RNA in the bloodstream, inside white blood cells, even in organs like the skin on skin biopsy, 3.2 years after the shots. The messenger RNA is still cranking out the spike protein. The spike protein is the spine on the surface of the virus. So it's this little spike here. The genetic code for the spike protein is produced in the body for an uncontrolled duration, an uncontrolled quantity. And what we do is we measure it. We measure the antibodies to the spike protein as a proxy for how much is in the body on a quantitative scale using the Roche Alexis platform. And then we can actually use research labs and directly measure spike protein. Concurrent with the messenger RNA data, it's circulating in the bloodstream, at least 3 years after the shots. The spike protein damages the heart, causes blood clots, strokes, nervous system problems, and immunologic problems. So one of the keys is to get rid of spike protein. And that's the reason why we dedicated all of our scholarship and give great credit to the Japanese for the discovery of nattokinase. Nattokinase is a natural enzyme derived from the fermentation of soy or chickpeas. Bromelain, derived from a family of enzymes derived from pineapple, also breaks down the spike protein. They can be taken as supplements. And then curcumin, derived from turmeric, blocks the inflammatory effects of the spike protein. So we've combined them all in one. I'm the chief scientific officer of the wellness company that has the premier combination product called the Ultimate Spike Detox. And this is the most popular way worldwide that people are now starting to address this mistake of taking the vaccines. The Ultimate Spike Detox, in my experience, needs to be taken for about a year. We remeasure the spike tests in the bloodstream. We see declines, patients improve in terms of their symptoms, and we think we can get them out of this jam.
Now, in order for that to help them, they have to be aware that they actually could be vaccine injured. And I'm curious, doctor, how many people even know that that's a possibility? And then maybe of those people, how many people maybe take action towards that?
My recent Senate testimony, May 21st, 2025, we identified that the government was covering up. I mean, the U.S. government agencies were covering up heart damage due to the vaccines called myocarditis. This is now fully in a U.S. Senate Permanent Investigations Committee report. The vaccine manufacturers now put in the package insert an admission that the COVID vaccines cause heart damage. Wow. Well, I can tell you as a cardiologist, no degree of heart damage is acceptable. And so a recent Rasmussen survey, to address your question, after our Senate hearings, I was the lead witness, asked the United States public in a valid survey, and the answer was 51% of Americans now know the vaccines cause heart damage. So it's just slightly more than that of those who don't. But the next cardiac arrest that occurs in a perfectly healthy person, or fatal seizure, or you name it, in somebody previously healthy, the first question we should ask is, did they take a COVID-19 vaccine? I'm still seeing new heart damage, blood clots, cardiac arrests, even years after the shots.
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.